bet you're all wondering why I gathered you here. It's because Van Warden made us make a movie for geology class, and I don't really know how to make an introduction. Moving on to be talking about rocks. Today we're going to be talking about the rock cycle, which has three specific kinds of rocks: igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary.
A rock is a naturally occurring, consolidated material, usually composed of grains of one or more minerals. There are three major rock types: igneous, which are formed when rocks in the mantle are heated into magma and when the magma cools. The finished product is an igneous rock. Sedimentary rocks are formed when any form of rock is broken up into smaller pieces by weathering and is compacted by gravity. Metamorphic rocks are also when any sort of rock is heated in the Earth's interior. They are physically changed but stay in a solid state.
Riveting. Now you know all about the rock cycle. Congratulatinos! But now we're going to delve deeper into the details of the different rocks in the cycle. First up, it's your boy, Patrick, on sedimentary rocks.
Sedimentary rocks are made of eroded particles and small fragments of other rocks.
When rocks erode, the sediment they leave behind is usually transported somewhere, usually by water, then gets deposited on top of other sediment and then is compacted. This process takes time. It's one of the shorter processes, though. It can take as little as a few thousand years, which is very short in geologic terms.
How informative. Honestly, teaching people about rocks is quite sedimentary, my dear Watson. This next type of rock is quite nice, really, but other people think it's a piece of schist. Well, in a way, they're not wrong.
A metamorphic rock is the result of transformation of a pre-existing rock. The original rock is subjected to a very high heat and pressure, which cause physical and/or chemical changes. Examples of these rock types include marble, slate, gneiss, and schist. There are two ways that metamorphic rocks form: contact metamorphism and regional metamorphism. Contact metamorphism is caused when magma is injected into the surrounding solid rock, country rock. The changes that occur are greatest wherever the magma comes into contact with the rock, because the temperatures are highest at this boundary and decrease with the distance away from it. Around the igneous rock that forms from the cooling magma is a metamorphosed zone called a contact metamorphism areole. Areoles may show all degrees of metamorphism from the contact areas to unmetamorphosed or unchanged country rock some distance away. The formation of important ore minerals may occur by the process of metasomatism at or near the contact zone. Regional metamorphism is the name given to changes in great masses of rock over a wide area. Rock can be metamorphosed simply by being at great depths below the Earth's surface, subjected to high temperatures and the great pressure caused by the immense weight of the rock layers above. Much of the lower continental crust is metamorphic, except for some recent igneous intrusions. Horizontal tectonic movements, such as the collision of continents, create orogenic belts and cause high temperatures, pressures, and deformation in the rocks along these belts. If the metamorphosed rocks are later uplifted and exposed by erosion, they may occur in long belts or other large areas of the surface. The process of metamorphism may have destroyed the original features that could have revealed the rock's previous history. Fossils are sometimes found in metamorphic rocks, but most of the time in sedimentary rocks.
That's all fine and dandy, but hey, up here! That's all fine and dandy. But this last, but certainly not least, type of rock makes up most of the Earth's surface, although some people take it for granted.
Igneous rocks begin to form in the mantle, where rocks are melted into magma. Magma generally contains silica and dissolved gases. If the igneous rock solidifies underground, it is intrusive. Above ground solidification would make it extrusive. Extrusive rocks typically have grains smaller than 1 millimeter. This is because the rocks cool much faster on the surface, so crystals do not have time to form. Plutonic rocks are the rocks that formed at a considerable depth. Because the amount of time it would take for these rocks to cool, they are coarse-grained. Rocks with a silica content close to 50% and a relatively high content of magnesium, iron, and calcium are called mafic rocks. Rocks that are high in silica and aluminum oxide are called silicic or felsic rocks.
So yes, rocks have many forms. It is a continuous cycle of weathering and the reformation of rocks. This happens everywhere in just about every location possible. And it can take 30 seconds for magma to cool, or millions of years for sedimentary rocks to continue to